family. Yes! Queen! Slay! My wig is snatched. Fortnite. Just hit the music stand. Is it inappropriate if I appropriate language from Drag Race that the makers of that show themselves appropriated from ball culture? Answers on a postcard, please. But this is why so many people don't care about the democracy arguments or the cost, and it's why the Americans love the royal family too. Prestige is sexy. It's tough to get more prestigious than royalty. The psychologist Carl Jung gave an interview to the New York Times in 1912 in which he said, "You think your young girls marry European husbands because they are ambitious for titles. I say it is because, after all, they're not different from European girls. They like the way European men make love." And I say those two desires aren't necessarily that far apart, or confined to women, for that matter. But just like beauty standards and standards of sexual attractiveness, the prestige of the royal waifu is more easily associated with some people than with others. For instance, when you imagine a prince, what do you picture? Probably a tall, white, cisgender, able-bodied man, conventionally handsome, some kind of a military uniform, or maybe probably nowadays a suit, some sort of European accent. If he is from the north of England, he probably doesn't sound like it. Or maybe you think of Prince, but again, very sexy. Britishness, or the idea of Britishness that includes the royal family stuff in a way, was made for people like you, who still disproportionately hold power in this country. In fact, when Prince Harry got engaged to Meghan Markle, he actually had to issue a statement asking the British media to please stop being so casually racist about his mixed-race fiancée, who Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson said could bring exotic DNA to the royal family. So evidently, some people can more easily assume the prestige of the royal family than others, even when they're literally in the process of marrying in. And those of us for whom it is very easy to assume that prestige have the strongest incentive to hold on to the institution of monarchy. I mean, look at me. That makes us look good. Who doesn't want to look good? People like me, people with privilege, who see ourselves reflected in the glint of the crown jewels. And in my case, well, let me give you a bit of a history lesson. King Charles II died in 1685, leaving no heir. But he did have a lot of illegitimate children, one of whom was a woman named Anne Fitzroy, Charles's daughter by his mistress, the Duchess of Cleveland. In 1674, Anne married a man named Sir Thomas Leonard, 15th Baron Dacre and subsequently Earl of Sussex, master of Chevening Mansion and Hurstmonceux Castle. Anne and Thomas had children who survived, who had their own children, who had children of their own, and Charles's royal blood was passed down the line of history. Through time and bad luck and Sir Thomas's gambling habits, they lost the mansions and the titles and the castles. And nowadays, the official residence of their ancestral home in Chevening Manor is Boris Johnson. But Charles's line survived. And one of those descendants, I actually happen to know the identity of. You see, some people say that ContraPoints is the queen of YouTube. Others that H-Bomber Guy or Dan Olsen are the woke kings we should recognise. Worthy rulers all, before whom I would gladly get on my knees. But there is actually another YouTuber whose veins really do flow with ancient royal blood. Who really is, no jokes, descended from kings. The long-lost illegitimate Stuart heir, who can trace their lineage back through generations of aristocrats and nobles, right to Charles II, and beyond, through centuries of British royalty. The bastard prince of YouTube, revealed at last. Mansion back, Boris. The point is, if anyone has a reason to want to maintain the sexual allure of monarchy, it's me. And yet, I did change my mind. Not because of democracy or even cost, really, but because of what the monarchy does. It tricks us into feeling closer to the people who really run the country than we actually are. If you want to be associated with the prestige of a normal celebrity, you can buy their perfumes, buy their t-shirts, watch their movies, get their trainers, support their Patreon campaigns so that you can appear in the credits of their shows. But if you want to be associated with the prestige of a royal celebrity, you first of all have to not publicly question the institution of monarchy, and secondly, internalize this vague sense of Britishness, which can obscure some important truths. For instance, what are the things that we could change about Britain that would make my life easier? My family doesn't have wealth and titles and castles anymore. There are no piles of ancestral gold, and this is not my horse. She's just a very good girl I borrowed for the afternoon. So what would make my life easier is things like lower rents, better wages, jobs, social services being funded properly, universal healthcare, all the stuff I need to get on in life. And what are the things that would make life better for somebody who isn't British, an immigrant who arrived yesterday? Well, it's all the same stuff. So we should be natural allies. Even though my country is at times very anti-immigration, most people have most of their material political interests in common with immigrants. And what are the things that would make life easier for the people who actually run the country? Well, our MPs are disproportionately landlords and have controlling stakes in businesses. Their interests are disproportionately lower wages, higher rents, more work for less pay, tax cuts, and privatizing social services so they can sell them off to their friends. And yet, somehow, millionaires and the slimiest dickheads ever to slink across the face of these sceptred isles have convinced millions of people that they're just like us. And those immigrants, they're not like us. Because of this weird drug, Britishness, which we're all doped up on. And the royal family isn't the only ingredient in it, but they are an active substance. But does Britishness keep the lights on? Can I eat my sense of national pride? Will it keep me warm? Will it heal me when I get sick if we crash out of the European Union and have to start stockpiling medicines? No. It's just a trick. Britain, I'm sorry to say it, but your waifu is trash.
In his video essay, Waifuism and You, which gets pretty edgy at times, YouTuber JT Sexkick writes, "You know what all this stuff is? It's walls. Walls that you put up to protect yourself from getting hurt by other people. That's all it is. You go, I don't want to be social and go to parties anyway. That's what normal fucks do. I don't want those people to be my friends anyway. They're nerds. I don't want a girlfriend anyway. Girls are all sluts. My 2D waifu is all that I need." See, that's not a lifestyle choice. That's denial. That is crazy denial. It's walls. Walls, 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 walls everywhere. Walls like the motherfucking fist of the North Star. And though these walls may protect you, they imprison you.
So how fitting for me to be an heir to the Stuarts, a royal line that is now dead. What a fantastic allegory for the royal family in general, to have inherited this grand legacy that is ultimately just an empty symbol that I can use to trick other people and myself into thinking that I'm special, when really I'm not. And that can kind of suck. Believe me, I know better than most. It sucks to be told that you're special and then realize that you're not. To realize that everything you were given on the basis of that empty specialness is actually kind of an unfair advantage. In leftist circles, when we talk about privilege and coming to realize that we have it, we don't often mention that checking your own privilege is not a fun and sexy time. It sucks to find out that, in fact, we do not live in a meritocracy, and so your position relatively closer to the top of society is an unfair advantage that will have to be given up. It imperils the soul a little bit. It's kind of like when somebody tells you that they're a vegan and you get a little bit uncomfortable because if they have strong moral reasons for doing that, well then that might mean that I'm in the wrong. And I hate being in the wrong. Nothing wilts my erection faster than injustice. And yes, the Requiem for Privilege should be played on the world's smallest violin. But I think that we lose ground to the right by not acknowledging that subjective suck. By exposing the trick, but not offering anything genuinely special in place of it. So remember Anne Fitzroy, Charles's daughter? She married Sir Thomas, but she left him for a woman. She had a lesbian relationship with a noblewoman named Hortense and was sent away to live in a convent in Paris in disgrace, where she subsequently had another affair with rampaging 17th century sex chad Ralph Montague and outlived her husband. She's my ancestor too, that amazing, brave woman. That is a legacy I'm proud to bear. A history of following the heart, among other organs, and being courageous. That means more to me than any royal gold that might mingle in these veins. In Shakespeare's King Lear, the character of Edmund, the second-born bastard son, has this amazing monologue where he rails against royalty and nobility, and he says, "Thou nature art my goddess, to thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest Madden's issue, why brand they us with base, with baseness, bastardy, base? Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creator's a-hole tribe of fops." Queen Elizabeth II is probably going to be dead pretty soon, and Charles is technically the next in line, although he doesn't quite have the same big dick energy as his mum, does he? When the Queen does die, there'll probably be a period of national mourning, but it could be an opportunity for us to just not crown the next one. The death of our longest reigning monarch will take us from a state in which nothing can be done to one in which suddenly anything is possible again. Instead of a coronation, we could spend that money on anything. We could give it to the NHS. We could spend it on education. We could buy a whole lot of apples and carrots for you. We could have a massive piss-up in Buckingham Palace, and anybody who makes minimum wage gets free drinks all night. We could do any number of things, any one of which would be more fun and sexy than watching a septuagenarian put on a shiny hat. I do think that ultimately, whether we keep the royal family won't come down to a rational argument. It will come down to just how horny the British public is. But if I can let go of the royal kink, then baby, anyone can do it.
Whatever your own experience is this year, wherever and however you are watching, I wish you a peaceful and very happy Christmas.
Good girl. Don't get agitated. Yeah. You put me off, didn't you? No, you're very good. You're a sweetheart. Good girl. Take it easy. Don't give me those ears. Right, just a little bit more. You a manual or an automatic, darling? Good girl. Good girl. Thank you. Yeah, you just want to be the star, don't you? You're the first guest I've had on the show in a long time, you know. Don't give me those ears. Thank you. Don't. Don't give me those ears. Marilyn Monroe. You act up, and then as soon as the camera turns on, you're perfect.
Your face in the moon. Hot damn, me no holy man, kneeling in the stainless tomb. As all hell breaks loose, as all hells always do. What the hell can I do to have a little more heaven with you? Hot damn, you roll upon my plane. Cataclysmic catechism, catch 22. Your body, my temple, baby. So when the cattle fall down and the waters run red, I'll be your lamb's blood. God is in heaven, but that's exactly what I've been dreading. After all, the meek and heretic fuck all. Jesus Christ, I will die for your damn sins if you help those who help themselves. My superstitions, your visage, my visions, furthering the fever of your fervor for believing I will. Your body, my temple, baby. Your body, my temple. I'll be your blessing in disguise with the mask off my good side. I'm all stripped down naked for you, but still ask you to loosen up my buttons, baby. You've got my whole world in your hands, got this little blue spot, and you really ain't got no idea how much this thing orbits you now, do you, honey? Please relieve me of my dreaming. I'm kneeling, begging, pleading for my Savior's sweet release someday. Oh, I wanna die, 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 so I can taste your name on my final breath. Your body, my temple, baby. Your body, my temple. Soon be my golden calf, like a fresh cut of veal, after long roast dead meat. My forbidden honey, just save me half, yeah, I can. Your body, my temple, baby. Your body, my temple. Your body, my temple, baby. Your body, my temple. the apples from my family tree. So when the autumn comes to take the leaves, we'll write history books from memories that we shared and will forget. Well, I don't remember 2012, but I heard the world would turn to hell. And compared to that, well, I'm doing well. So I pray to God it really did. Well, they always ask you not to leave, and I am as they remember me. So when all my friends forget my name, no, I won't come back and be the same. No, I won't come back and be the same. Oh. And I'm gonna be myself again. Bring to me your sons and daughters, 'cause absence makes the heart grow fonder. No, I don't care what mama says. You wind me up or you wind up dead. I don't care what mama says. I don't believe whatever this says until you burn all the witches. I won't believe whatever this says. Whatever they say to do.
best left unheard. Then my contrived goodbye, a poet's pantomime, a drunken jester's final word. Just a moment, dear, I hear someone at the door, and the beating of a heart that I hid beneath the floor. They've come for us. Now I must finish what I started. I'll write a symphony for the departed. I have no time for second chances, so I survive on bourbon, blood, and backward glances. Oh, now I must finish what I started. I'll write a symphony for the departed. I have no time for second chances, so I survive on bourbon, blood, and backward glances. So I rise and count to 10. They'll have me on the par by then. Oh, my dear, it's been so long since I've had inspiration to write again. Oh, I hear some fancy illustrations and commotion upon the wind. Hush, you hear it? So sweet and subtle. It teases me, amazes me. It's so divine, it must be mine, dear, my dear. Why do you look upon me with such grief and tormented eyes? I just want to write this song for you. I hope you like it. Rise in bed, I'll get you cleaned and trim. I got a new dress for you to wear. Ooh, and shoes, I'll find your favorite necklace too. You have such beautiful hair. My, oh my, you look as good as the day you died. Who am I kidding? You look even more alive. I can't wait to see you dance again. It will be splendid. It will be splendid. I just want to write this song for you. I hope you like it. Oh, darling, look at it. Feels like it's all for you. And I love the way that this rhythm pulsates your skin. Why don't we get you up out of that cursed chair? And I got a feeling I know just how to make you move. Whoa. Dear, I must confess this mess was not intended when I began. And I can feel the pain in your eyes growing when you realize where you've been. I haven't felt this refreshed in so long. And what's wrong? You cried, oh, no, please, no.
say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. A muscle and blood and a skin and bones. You got a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load of 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Cause I can't go to the company store. Don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Come on. Shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the strong boss said, well, bless my soul. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Yeah. I was born one morning in the fighting in trouble have been my middle name. I was raised in a canebrake by an old mama like an I told a woman make me walk the line. Yeah, 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. You can see me coming, but step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron and the other steel. Right one way you load 16 times. Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Cause I can't go to the company store. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Cause I can't go.
just can try to face the dark inside my
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'd be the first. Welcome to the internet. Come and take a seat. Would you like to see the news or any famous women's feet? There's no need to panic. This isn't a test. Just nod or shake your head and we'll do the rest. Welcome to the internet. What would you prefer? Would you like to fight for civil rights or tweet a racial slur? Be happy, be horny, be bursting with rage. We got a million different ways to engage. Welcome to the internet. Put your cares aside. Here's a tip for straining pasta. Here's a 9-year-old who died. We got movies and doctors and fantasy sports and a bunch of colored pencil drawings of all the different characters in Harry Potter fucking each other. Welcome to the internet. Hold on to your socks, cause a random guy just kindly sent you photos of his cock. They are grainy and off-putting. He just sent you more. Don't act surprised, you know you like it, you whore. See a man beheaded, get offended, see a shrink. Show us pictures of your children, tell us every thought you think. Start a rumor, buy a broomer, send a death threat to a boomer, or DM a girl and groomer, do a zoomer, find a tumor in your here's a healthy breakfast option. You should kill your mom. Here's why women never fuck you. Here's how you can build a bomb. Which Power Ranger are you? Take this quirky quiz. Obama sent the immigrants to vaccinate your kids. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time. You know, it wasn't always like this. Not very long ago, just before your time, right before the towers fell, circa 99. This was catalogs, travel blogs, a chat room or two. We set our sights and spent our nights waiting for you, insatiable you. Mommy let you use her iPad. You were barely 2, and it did all the things we designed it to do. Now look at you. Look at you. You. all of the time. A bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything and anything and everything and anything and everything and all of the time.